Hello again. I'm still stuck up here in my attic, but as luck would have it, I found something to read. It's called The Resident, and it's really good. Have a listen. He switched the torch back on, then sat down on the only chair. He knew he couldn't go out yet, not in broad daylight. He'd be easy pickings. He'd have to wait until nightfall. Swap one darkness for another. And that was a long time off.
Let's play a game.
What kind of game?
Celebrity kill-off. We each choose a celebrity we would most like to kill and how they should die. The most fitting ending wins.
Nah, I don't want to play that.
Suit yourself. Just trying to pass the time.
He turned the torch off again to save battery, then sat there for what seemed like a whole morning. When he finally checked his watch, he found that less than an hour had passed. Shit. He went upstairs to the bathroom and voided his bladder noisily, but didn't bother to flush. In the unlikely event there was still water in the cistern, it would be worth saving. He went back out onto the landing, his torch alighted on the ladder again. Why the hell was it here anyway?
Hey, genius. What do you think a ladder's for? You go up them, stupid.
Brogan raised the beam of light. There, in the ceiling, a hatch. What the hell? Anything to pass the time. The ladder creaked and shifted in his hands, as if it was about to fall apart. He carried it to the alcove behind the banister overlooking the stairwell, then used its upper end to poke the hatch cover open before levering it into position. He shone the torch up through the hatch. Little to see but rafters and the underside of the roof tiles.
Here goes nothing.
He started climbing. One rung, then a second. Pausing, he rocked the ladder from side to side to check it would hold his weight. It felt rickety, but stayed in one piece. He kept going, up and up until his head and shoulders were in the roof space. He scanned the attic with the torch and realised he'd almost certainly wasted his time. The only thing up here was a single cardboard box. In for a penny. He climbed to the top of the ladder and stepped into the loft. Moving around wouldn't be easy. There were no floorboards, so he'd have to keep his feet on the joists if he didn't want to go crashing through the plaster into the room below. Carefully, he made his way across to the cardboard box. He so wanted the box to be heavy, and when he reached out a hand and pushed it, he willed it to offer some resistance. It moved easily. Too easily. It was just an empty box.
What did you expect? The crown jewels?
I don't know. Just something. Anything.
The only stuff people leave behind is the crap they can't be bothered to carry. Unless they die, that is.
Brogan's shoulders slumped. Sometimes, he thought, it would be nice to have a pleasant surprise.
A few more of those might have convinced us to spare a life or two.
He sighed, then took a final look around before heading back to the ladder. And that's when he realised something.
Well, will you look at that?
At the far end of the attic, the wall separating this house from the adjoining one wasn't whole. Presumably to save on bricks, the builders hadn't taken it all the way up to the roof's ridge, and through the gap he could see the neighbouring space beyond. Brogan felt a surge of excitement. It wouldn't be too difficult to climb through that gap and make his way into the attic of the next house.
What are you waiting for? Get yourself in there.
He stepped from joist to joist until he reached the wall. The bricks stopped at chest height, and although his torch revealed that the next attic was as empty as this one, he didn't despair. Below that attic was a house, and in that house could be all manner of interesting things. Perhaps even people. Someone to play with. And if you want to know more, you should read The Resident.
Order it now. If you know what's good for you,